Living in Iran, from my perspective, is to living and coping with the contradictions and paradoxes. Some people, they live in 2020 with the influence of Western culture, and some people, they're stuck in 1,400 years ago, some with traditions or some with religious beliefs. Some people, they blame just government for every problem they have or the country has, and the other ones blame other people, maybe themselves, maybe their family, and they think our tradition is the source of every problem we have in a modern culture now. In this situation, people have to live with multiple personalities together. One personality, you just satisfy the need of government or you just obey the laws of government. The other one, you show to your friends, your families, the other people to just fit into any society. And the third version is themselves, the true self, innocent and pure. But most of people nowadays, they went into those personality deep enough to believe all of those versions. So these paradoxes and contradictions was my first inspiration to start this project, because I lived there over 20 years and I was witness and I experienced all of these multiple personalities. So it was my time to just express what I feel and how I see these side effects of these paradoxes. When I arrived in Iran, it was late 2019. It was in the middle of protest against economic pressure on people. For example, the gas price went up to 300% overnight. The government, the military started to stop this protest by killing people. And in the meantime, one of Iranian's top general, Qasem Soleimani, was killed by US. Also, Iran's government shut down one Ukrainian airplane. So the whole country, especially the capital, Tehran, was under the stressful time. We were seeing many police and many military soldiers just around every corner. So it was a stressful time when you take camera and you go to shoot these subjects and these bold taboos. So the result was many of my subjects, they just canceled, and many locations we booked, they canceled too because they were afraid of the situation and the pressure of the government, because even having camera in the car at those times was illegal and we could be arrested. I need to sacrifice many of my pictures, my stories, just to protect my subjects. And I remember one shot we did, it was a shot for a mullah. We used fake blood with the clothes of the mullah and the accessories. On the way back home, I was afraid. It was not just me, many of my friends and my assistant, my makeup artist, the model, everyone in the car were so afraid, because if they stop the vehicle, they will see these clothes, which are saint clothes, or is so holy for them, and now we made it with blood on them. And first we need to prove it's a fake blood, and the second, if let's say if they believe that it's a fake blood, they will ask many questions. Why you use blood on these clothes, and what did you do with that? Also, they're gonna check our camera, our photo, and it was, I think it was end of me and end of all people who work with me. During this project, I was witnessed how I'm transforming to a new version of me. And I discovered one key element in myself, which was the storytelling, the obsession with this story. Because I had some part of this storytelling in my main career, which is fashion photography. But after this project, I understood the importance of story, or putting a message behind every frame of my work. I did this project as a debt to myself, to my younger self, because I was there, I lived there, and I grew up there over 20 years. I had to express my version from these events, from these situation I had. Not just me, many other young people who had their dream in front of them, but they couldn't go enough, fast enough, because there was many limitation from the government, from the law, or from the other people who were stuck in the tradition, and many things we wanted to do was a taboo that we could not touch it or go near that. So I think I had this obligation to just express my emotion, which is similar to others like me. They think clearly enough to distinguish between wrong and right. I think in both my personal work and my career, the way I see art, the way I use it, and my perspective is unorthodox compared to Iranian typical perspective about art. I think they look at art as expressing your sadness, and you need to be soft and you need to have deeper meaning, like a mystical perspective about everything. And if you use erotic photos, if you use violence, if you use materialistic goods in your pictures, so it's far from art, and art is limited to anything sad, soft, and deep meaning. So the way I am seeing things, it's not just limited to those perspective that I grew up with in when I was there. So I think the connection in both sides of my work is just push the boundaries where I grew up, and I know many other they felt the same, but now they want to pushing and to evolving and to show the other people inside that art can have many other forms too. You can express what you want without any limitation, and it's just in your head. So that's why I used many unorthodox pictures, many violence, many blood, many erotic side of my version or Iranian version inside, because I think the Middle Eastern people are so sexual in thinking, and I had that and I used that in my pictures too.